Hello and welcome back to another session on cybersecurity. In this session, we are going to take a look at how to use Metasploit for password cracking. So the lab setup for this is I'm going to have two virtual machines running on my Oracle VirtualBox. One is Kali Linux and another one is Metasploitable 2. So this virtual machine is the victim and Kali Linux will be used as the attacker. So from Kali Linux, I'll be running Metasploit framework. So we're going to have Metasploit framework in Kali Linux. And I've already posted three lecture videos on Metasploit wherein we are talking about an introduction to Metasploit. We're talking about how to use Metasploit to exploit the FTP service on another machine. And one specific lecture I've given on auxiliary modules in Metasploit. So I want you to visit these three lectures before continuing with this lecture so that you have an idea of what Metasploit is and what the modules are, and specifically what are auxiliary modules, because we are going to use one such module in this attack. So here I have Metasploit running in Kali Linux, and I'll be using this for password cracking. We can say brute force password cracking. So which password we are going to crack? That is the next question. So we are going to crack the FTP login password for this specific machine. So there is going to be Kali Linux using Metasploit, and from one of the scanners auxiliary modules in Metasploit, we are going to perform this brute force password cracking attack. So first thing we are going to do is we are going to take the username as MSF admin, and we are going to attempt guessing the password by taking the password as the username. So what it's going to perform here is it will take the username as MSF admin, and it will also consider the password to be the username and try to crack the password. So that is the first step. The next kind of attack we are going to perform is we are going to take a file. So we are going to take a file or a word list, you can call that. And this word list contains commonly used passwords. And we are going to take every password and we'll have the username as MSF admin. And this module here will take every password. So username plus this password will be used for cracking the FTP login password in this vulnerable machine. So what is a word list? It contains commonly used passwords. So it's a dictionary of passwords. So we're going to use this specific file here for cracking the password for FTP login. The third different kind of attempt we are going to make is we are going to use another file called the user password file. So there is an user password file which contains username and separated by a colon and then the password. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use Metasploit. So Metasploit is going to use this specific file, and then it's going to take the username, password, and then try and crack the password for this FTP login. So this is going to be a brute force password cracking. Why we say that it's brute force? Because you're going to take every possible username and password, and then we'll try and attempt cracking the password for our vulnerable Linux machine. So this is the overview of what we are going to do now. Let me quickly move into the demonstration and let's see how this entire password cracking thing works. So let's start the demonstration now. Before starting off with the demonstration, here's the disclaimer. Password cracking is a cybercrime and it's illegal to crack passwords on systems for which you don't have permission. So please don't attempt these things on systems for which you don't have permission. You carry out these things on an isolated private network. So I have two machines running on my VirtualBox. One is Kali Linux. Here I have Metasploit framework running on Kali Linux. And the victim machine, as you can see, is my vulnerable Linux machine that's running Metasploitable 2. So let's take a look at the IP address of Metasploitable 2. So you can see the victim's IP address is 192.168.56.103. And now we'll use the Metasploit framework. We'll use the auxiliary modules in Metasploit framework to crack the FTP login. So we'll search for FTP login and we'll get the scanners corresponding to FTP login. We'll use that specific scanner module. And here we'll take a look at the options that we need to set for this specific scanner. we should set the IP for the remote host. So our victim's IP we have just now seen. We'll be setting that, and we'll be setting the username. The username here is MSF admin, and we'll be setting the password. Like what is that field we are going to set here is username as password. So it's going to take the username as password and try cracking the FTP login. So let's take a look at any other fields that we're going to set for this. So right now we'll try this. So we'll set remote host to be that IP 192.168.56.103, and we'll also set username field to be MSF admin, and here we are setting username as password. So this is going to take the username and try it as password. So we'll enable this field, it's set as true, and then we'll run. So you can very well see login successful. We are able to crack the password. And what was the attempt here? It was trying to take the username MSF admin, and then it was using that as password. And when we are trying to run this scanner, it was able to find that login is successful with this username and password. So you are able to successfully crack the password for our victim machine. The next thing that we are going to see is how to use a word list. So let me go to a terminal here. So next thing what we are going to see is how to use a word list. What is a word list? Word list is a dictionary, or it's a file containing a dictionary of commonly used passwords. So where will you find this dictionary of commonly used passwords? So we have some files that are available in Kali Linux. So if you traverse to this directory, user share word lists. So here you will find a list of files like fasttrack.txt, rocku.txt.gz, that is a compressed version. So what it contains, let me open this file sudo nano fasttrack.txt. So this file contains the commonly used passwords. Let me exit this. There's an error with the thing, I guess. So let's do sudo nano fasttrack.txt. Yeah. So here we have all these commonly used passwords. So this is a dump of commonly used passwords which they have retrieved from previous attacks. And we have such files. So you call this to be an word list. So here we have this file. You also have this file. So we can just have a look at it. Sudo zcat rocku.txt.gz. So that's the compressed version, and you can see there are a lot of passwords. These are the commonly used passwords. So we can use one of the files, and we can use all the passwords in this files for cracking the password for that FTP login of our vulnerable Linux machine. So let me stop this, clear the screen. So what is that we understand here is we have a set of files that are available in Linux, in Kali Linux, which helps us with the commonly available passwords. It contains the dictionary of commonly available passwords. So I have given you fasttrack.txt, rocku.txt, which you can use for these attempts. So now let us use this specific file for password cracking, for brute force password cracking on a vulnerable Linux machine. So let me go to our Metasploit framework. I'm sorry. Let me go to Metasploit framework, and what is that we are going to do here is let's clear screen. Now we'll take a look at the options again. So now we are going to use a password file. So this file contains passwords. So for this file, we'll be using those word lists. We can use one of the files available in our word list directory. See, we have set the remote host to be 192.168.56.103. Remote port is 21. Stop on success we'll set. What do you mean by stop on success? See, while you're scanning through that file, if you achieve a successful login, you're going to stop. We'll not go for further scans with further passwords in the file. So we'll also enable this field. We'll set the username as MSF admin. So these fields are already set because of a previous attempt. Maybe I'll again set it so that you can take a look at it. So set our host 192.168.56.103 and set username to be MSF admin. And what is that we are going to set here is set pass file. Set pass file to be that directory containing that file. Say it's user, share, word lists. And what is that file? It's fast track dot text file. So we have set the remote host, the username, and then the password file, which will contain the list of commonly used passwords. And we'll also set this specific field stop on success to be true. So let's set stop on success uh, to be true. So now we'll run this. You can very well see there is this login successful. So it was using this specific file, and inside this file we were having MSF admin and MSF admin. So it was trying the username to be MSF admin. From within this file, it was able to find MSF admin as one of the passwords, and it was able to crack it up. Are you clear with this? So even you can create your own file for this. See, I have created my own file, satishpass.txt. If I show you sudo nano satish pass.txt. You can have your own file with the common uh, passwords that you think of, and you can also use this file for attempting to crack the password. Let's come out of this. Let me try and show you how to use this file. So for this, let's clear. So we have to set remote host to be 192.168.56.103 and set username to be MSF admin and set pass file. So this file, I have created my own file there. So you can also have your own file, share, word lists, and then here it is Satish. I've given my name Satish pass.txt file, and you can also set stop on success to be true. And now you can run this. So you will be able to see that it's able to crack that specific password, username and password. So are you all clear with this kind of a brute force attack that we are performing using a password file? So I've already used these files for cracking the passwords, so that's why it's very fast. If you're just going to try it the first time, it's going to take every password, try and attempt it, and then it will say login failed, login failed. Only when it is successful, it's going to give you this specific message. Now let us attempt the third type of attack, wherein we'll be using the user pass file, wherein username and password will be supplied as part of the file. Let's take a look at how to use an user password file. So for this, let me go to terminal and let me clear screen here. See, I have created my own user password file, Satish CJ user pass.txt. So let's take a look at that. It is sudo nano satish cj user pass.txt. So what is that in this file is it contains username password separated by a colon. So this is an user password file, so it contains both username and passwords. We'll try and use this file for brute force attacking our victim machine. So for this, what all options we are going to set? Let's go to show options, and you'll see here we have already set remote host, remote port is 21, username is MSF admin, but now we don't need the username. We'll be setting the user password file because it contains both the username and the password. And we'll also be setting this specific thing, stop on success, to be true. So let's try and work on this. Let's set remote host. It's already set. Just for the demonstration purposes, I'm showing you how to set it. So it's .56.103 and set we'll not set the username because it's part of the file. Let's set user pass file, and this file is in user, the directory where it is, it's in the word list directory, and the file name is my name Satish CJ user pass.txt. and we'll set stop on success. So we'll stop when we find a successful login. Success to be true, and no need to set username. It's part of the file. Now let's run. Yeah, login successful. See here, it's able to crack that very quickly because I've already run these scans on the victim machine, so it's very quick. It finishes things at a very faster pace. But when you're going to attempt this, say you have a new file and you're going to attempt this for the very first time on that FTP login, it's going to take some time. It's going to take every username, password. It will tell you login failed, login failed. Only when the attempt is successful, it's going to say you that login is successful, and it's going to stop there. It's not going to scan for further usernames and passwords because we have enabled this field set stop on success to be true. So that's it. We have seen a very brief demo on how Metasploit can be used for password cracking the FTP login of a vulnerable Linux machine. So we have seen three types. One is using the username as password, and we are able to crack the username and password for that FTP login. The next thing is we were able to use a password file alone. We are able to use a word list containing a dictionary of commonly used passwords, and we're using this pass file, and we're able to crack the FTP login for this machine. And the third attempt we did was we had a user password file which contains both the username and the password, and we were able to crack the username and password for our victim machine. So this is how you can brute force attack a victim using Metasploit framework and crack its password. I hope you are able to follow this demonstration. If you have any questions, leave those questions as comments below. I'll be answering to your comments. That's it for this session. We'll be catching you with another interesting tool on password cracking in the next session. Take care.